Hello and welcome to the BuildASoil YouTube series. Today we've got another product highlight for you. So it's basically a sales video, but I'm excited because it's a brand new product. We've got the manufacturer, Eric, down here today. So before I introduce Eric, I want to talk about the product a little bit, and then I'll let him fill in the details. So Eric, thanks for being down here.
Man,
appreciate you. And I'll turn it over to him in a minute, but I kind of want to do my little spiel. This started about a decade ago. He doesn't know this whole story, but full circle. We were using Kefir Grain by recommendation from Ku, and that was a website. If you're not familiar, it's no longer up. Kefir Grain was one of the original KNF farmers, would be teaching a lot of the home fermentation. I mean, he had little jars with individual fermentations. He'd teach you how to make very important recipes that we still follow today. One of the most important ones was the Lactose Serum, and that starts with a rice wash and with a milk. And at the time I was using kefir and I thought, man, the whey from that's gotta be better. We noticed a plant reaction. Well, come back 10 years later and all of a sudden we've got Eric who's making kefir, who's using the whey. And not only that, found a way to stabilize the benefits of it, which is a huge breakthrough, making it a revolutionary probiotic product. And so we're thinking, okay, whatever, we start using it. More of the staff here at BuildASoil start using it. We all notice a similar thing. And one of the things I look for as the owner here is that the product has a reaction that's noticeable. So I was talking to Eric and I'm like, man, did you see what I saw? And so the last time I saw something that reactive was when Coot recommended these sprouted seed teas, and there would be a noticeable like prayer, right? Well, something's going on. And we've broken down some of the explanation on the website. You can read to understand why this might be a benefit. I encourage you to do that. But I feel like we got Eric here. Let's ask him a little bit more about like how he makes it, right? Let's find out what the process is like, because it's not that easy. It's a big process. Once the fermentation is done, why use it in the garden? So Eric?
Man, thanks again, Jeremy, for having me. So we're taking a local milk from a local farm that actually buys BuildASoil minerals. They buy their sea salts and their mineral kits to feed these cows. They're truly grass-fed in their own environment. They have their little mineral boxes that they feed from. And that's what's really important about this product. You're actually having true mineral content and true nutrition. You're actually taking this milk and then now you're gonna ferment it with a bacteria culture. And I ferment that with a Kefir grain. A Kefir grain is a culture, kind of like a kombucha, but it's a lot more diverse as far as its lacto. It's got 60 to 70 different strains of lactose bacillus and different yeast cultures, and that's what's different about this product, the diversity. So this is all local grass-fed cows from Montrose. They're actually fed minerals from BuildASoil. So what I do is I take their raw milk. It's not homogenized or anything like that. So what I do is I take that, I ferment this with the Kefir grain.
So Kefir grain, I know that you know what that is. I know what it is. And you mentioned the SCOBY, the symbiotic colony bacteria yeast. Why kefir though?
Cows have been producing milk, animals have been producing milk. They needed to save it. So ancestors back in the day, they started to put their milk out. Well, a bacteria from nature, from the air, got into that milk, and it was a lactose culture. It was multiple lactose cultures. They fermented that milk overnight, and when they got back, it started to separate, and they noticed that it wasn't bad. You know, someone tried it out. So like, let me try this sour stuff. So
it's like the stories of beer.
Right.
Like, who
so
tried the first one?
Who tried the first one and made it, right? So somebody tried it and they felt great. And that's what kefir means, to feel good. So not only will you see that in your plants, you'll see that in yourself. I saw it in myself when I first started drinking kefir years ago. And when I started talking to Jeremy about it, it's like, so let's see what we could do as far as getting this into our plants. Yep. It's like, look, I actually got some history in it. I've been using it for a little bit. Let's try to actually bring this into the market so everybody can share it and have it. So that's what we're doing now, man. And this is just a prime example of who I am as far as my passion for the plant, passion for soil, passion for this connection. Like, you know, you're here for a reason. Don't just waste it. You know, and you gotta thrive. Yeah.
So bringing it back full circle, when we're talking about probiotics, there's so many on the market, right? And so what makes this different? To me, there's a story there, but maybe for you, there's not. It goes back 10 years. Kefir has thousands of years of history. A lot of the things we do at BuildASoil connect to thousands of years of human culture. And that tends to relate both to the food and both to the soil. We teach oftentimes that cation exchange in the soil of nutrient uptake is similar to how your gut microbiome breaks down food to you. So if you have a healthy gut from the kefir, you're able to assimilate and get those nutrients. Same in the soil. But why kefir, right? There's other probiotics out there. Just put milk in the soil. What's funny is people used to use milk for farming. And if you had a local dairy, you'd put it in the garden. There are definitely some benefits. And so when you actually get the whey, we're talking about a super protein concentrate. That's what a lot of athletes use when they're wanting to bulk. And so we start thinking about bulking plants and how there's protein. And when you look at soil, there's all this carbon to nitrogen ratio. Well, protein's nitrogen. And so if you want to have that balance where the soil is giving back, you need available nitrogen, and oftentimes the microbes will take that when you fresh mix soil. So now we have a probiotic that gives one of the most important nutrients in a very natural form, but along with probiotics to cycle the nutrients. And so we all know this, but then when we start using the product, each one of us individually from around the company, because he's so passionate about it, it's like everybody's taking a bottle home, the plants react. And so when you see that reaction, that's what I'm looking for. And I think that you're gonna see the same reaction. And that's why we're doing 20% off for the initial launch. It's part of our Labor Day sale. So if you're watching this video, you can go get some right now. It's in stock. Eric's making it, he's fermenting it. It's made by another grower, handcrafted. This is not some big company product. And so that attention to detail, the bottle gets to you, you use the product. Our hopes are you see the same reaction. If you have some feedback for us, we'd love it too. Part of the initial launch is to kind of beta test it. We've already done that internally with our employees. We really think you're gonna like it. Give us your reviews, give us your feedback, and I think it's gonna make a difference in your plant's life. So one of the things that we do, our dream here at BuildASoil, when I started it, was to have other growers make products, to work with local farms. And so when we had a local dairy that bought a 2,000 pound tote of like C90 minerals, we're thinking, okay, these people are paying a little more attention to what they're doing. And so at the same time he's formulating the product, he's getting the milk from a local source, and then he's making it here down the street in large fermentation vessels professionally. And I'm thinking, wow, this guy's he's really serious about it. A lot of times people have a product idea and they don't actually take the necessary steps to really produce at a high level. They just kind of tinker in their kitchen. And so to see it come full fruition, it's right here. I want to open it, talk about it. So why don't you share that with them, and we'll just describe kind of what's in the bottle.
Yeah, so this is the whey. So what you're getting here is that Kefir Ferment. So like I said, that is fermented milk. What that lactose bacteria does is that they convert lactose sugar into lactic acid. And that's what really benefits the soil, those acids that go in and break down organic inputs. They go down and break down and create enzymes. And this is what that plant loves. And it's also the bacteria needed to make those highways that deliver that nutrition to the system, and not only deliver, but help insulate the roots, help supply them with health, nutrition, and vigor. And you'll see that in this bottle when you start using it.
So one of the things I noticed right away is I like the bottle, and this is a play on words, this YAH-WHEY. Normally it's spelled a little different, but whey is the actual liquid that comes from the fermentation. And we've been joking for about the last 3 months. We walk around, we're like, YAH-WHEY, what's up, bro?
YAH-WHEY.
And it just started stuck because it was a whey, and obviously, you know, YAH-WHEY is a real saying, but it's just fun. It kind of added to it, so that's what he decided to call the product. But on here, there's an actual photo, and you can see that on our website, and the image is unbelievable. And when you look at it, you're gonna think that's a microscope picture of the lab work, right? Like of the actual culture. He's like, no, that's just what it looks like when it's
at
the top of the tank. Like, it's insane.
Just one thing, you have to have, if you want to actually see this come to life, leave it undisturbed. Pour it into a little bucket and leave it undisturbed, and you'll see those colonies build that airlock. Because what they're doing is they're trying to protect themselves from the air. It's anaerobic bacteria that are very beneficial, but they don't like air. So remember, don't add this into your compost teas until after.
Yep, and then so in here, it's not like there's milk in here, right? This is a byproduct of, it's completely different, and it's whey. And so I'll try and show you what it looks like. It smells acidic. It smells not vinegary, but like a slight tinge of that with like a fermenting nature that's not, it's right, but it really is not. It's like tang. Yeah, it's not gross. I actually kind of like it. That's very interesting. And it's kind of a golden color. So probably hard to see right there.
Right,
but
and that's what you're actually seeing, the byproduct from the milk inside.
Okay.
So you're having that pure whey serum with some actual of that curd, contain calcium, magnesium, phosphorus, manganese.
When I looked up all the white papers, I was surprised to see that there was a lot of calcium and other vitamins in there. It's a new product, right? So you guys are helping us determine if this has future market value. We really think it does, but the full circle here is that you guys are the end all be all. If you guys like this product and continue to buy it, there's gonna be more opportunity to get it fully tested, understand every single detail that's in there, as that's half the fun, is learning learning new things. So, okay, so how to use it. When you get the bottle, it's super simple. You read on the back, and it says right here on the back, application rate, and it is 1 to 4 ounces of ferment per gallon of water. And the reason why there's such a wide range is if you've got a full-size plant that's raging, you can go hard up to 4 ounces per gallon, and you'll see really good response. But if you've got a younger plant and you've got lots of nutrients in the soil, you might cut it back to 1 ounce per gallon just to get a little bit of that nutrient cycling going. So experiment with it. We have people that have used it. I mean, he's gone up even higher than that to see the point of return. And that's where he came up with the range, where 4 ounces seems like you're getting the best result, and anything above that may not be as useful as far as like cost and value. And so from 1 to 4 ounces, try it, tell us what you think. I think you're gonna see an overnight response. So within 24 hours, you'll know that you use that product. And to me, that's something that speaks volumes. I don't like it when I read about science and I find a new product and I use it and I'm sitting there convincing myself like, yeah, I'm sure it's doing everything it's supposed to do. And that happens a lot in a hobby. And so when you get something that truly makes like a visible reaction, I think it's exciting. It's kind of like, okay, I'm gonna keep that one in the lineup. So we'll see how it goes. We're gonna use it in season 4. We'll be transparent about pros, cons, everything we see from it, and I'd like you guys to do the same. So follow up with any questions on this video for Eric. He'll be happy to answer them for you, and I'll get with him too. Maybe we'll follow this up with, instead of like a product launch video, maybe a follow-up about the feedback. Either way, I just want you guys to know that we appreciate you even watching these product highlight videos. To me, they seem a little bit like marketing, but we've been told by our customers that they really like to know behind the scenes more about the products, and it connects them to the entrepreneurs, to the manufacturers, to the people that are doing this for their entire livelihood. And then when you vote with your dollar for their product, you're literally changing their entire life. So from the bottom of my heart, we appreciate you. Eric, thank you so much for being down here. Big day, dude.
Thank you.
Thanks, and we'll see you on the next BuildASoil episode.